It's pie season. I'm going to make a pie that I've never made before. It's a pumpkin pie, and I've made a million pumpkin pies, but this one's going to use Biscoff cookies for the crust. And I'm still thinking I might put a tiny bit of Fireball whiskey in the pie, probably in the crust. We're going to start with a food processor, and we're going to need about a package and a half of these cookies, which is actually going to be a cup and a half, wherever that figures out for the cookies. I just recently got introduced to these cookies and decided they're pretty tasty, so I thought that they'd be really good in a pumpkin pie crust. I want about a cup and a half of really fine cookie crumbs. And normally I would advise against using a Pyrex measuring cup for a dry ingredient because it's made for liquid and there really is a difference. But because this is a non-precise measurement, then I don't really mind if it's off one way or the other a little bit. And it's definitely, we don't need a pack and a half because I've got more than I need right now. And as usual, I'm making a mess. Pretty good at making messes. Pretty good at dropping things too. All right, we're going to set this aside for a minute. Okay, now we've got all the ingredients that we need. So let's proceed. First thing we're going to do is dump our cracker crumbs, most of them, into the bowl. And then we're going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter, which has cooled slightly. I'm going to stir that up a little bit. What we want is for the crumbs to get a little bit moist from the butter, because the butter and some sugar is what's going to bind this together. And speaking of sugar, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. The majority of the recipes that I looked at for this all listed 2, but these cookies are pretty sweet on their own, and pumpkin pie is pretty sweet as well. So I'm not going to use 2, I'm going to use just 1. And then hopefully this doesn't mess up my crust, but what we're going to do now is add 1 tablespoon of Fireball whiskey. So I got a pie plate. And then what we're going to do is simply put our crumb mixture in our pie plate. I tell you what, that smells good. And then we're going to try to make a pie crust out of it. This is my favorite holiday we're coming up on, which I call Pie Day. Most people call it Thanksgiving. Pies have always been a big part of my family's Thanksgivings. And I remember one year we were at my brother's house up in Maine, and I had brought pies. Somebody else made pies. We went to the supermarket for a last-minute item. They were giving away pies, so we took a couple. And it turned out we had a pie for each person that was there, which was pretty amazing. And I just realized there isn't one of these cameras that's shooting my hands. Nice. Okay, we're going to put our crumbs in our bowl, and then we'll pat them down, push them into shape, and making sure there's no spots that don't have cookie. And then I'm going to push the top down a little bit just to make it fairly uniform. And that's our pie crust. What we're going to do now is put it in a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. And I'll be back after that. Now we're going to make our filling. The pie crust is out of the oven. Looks good, might be a little thick, but we'll know that when we get that far, I guess. What we're going to do is, we have a can of pure pumpkin. And we're going to put that in a bowl. I started a tradition with the kids when they were pretty small of making an extra pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, and we would have it for breakfast on Thanksgiving Day. That is a 15-ounce can of pumpkin. This is a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. We'll stir this around a little bit. Then we have a scant half a teaspoon of salt. We have a half a cup of granulated sugar. Half a cup of light brown sugar. This is 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Half a teaspoon of ginger. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And the part that makes this pie really special is 1/8 of a cup of molasses. I've had pumpkin pie without molasses and it's just not the same. So if you've never had one, try it. You will like it. Then we have 2 eggs that we're going to beat up a little bit. And dump that in. We're going to mix this a little bit. And while I'm mixing this, I'll pour in the butter. Now, I don't like to clean pans. They don't do quite so well in the dishwasher, and I don't like washing dishes without using the dishwasher. So what I do is I line a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, put my pie in there, and then fill the pie. Because if I just bake the pie in the oven, it's going to be all over the oven floor perhaps. That's really tough cleaning. And if I just put the pie plate on a pan, I'm probably going to have to clean the pan. This way, I shouldn't have to clean the pan at all. Now we're going to the oven. There's nothing quite like the blast of a 450-degree oven in your face. What I'm going to do here is, I have more filling, so I'm going to put the pie in at a level I knew I could carry it. Now I'm going to put a little more in, because I don't have to worry about carrying it anymore. There, and that is how you make pumpkin pie filling, and it is a recipe I've been using for more than 40 years. It's adapted from the one pie pumpkin pie recipe, but I discovered they use just white sugar, and I discovered the addition of brown sugar rounds out the flavor even a little more. Just remember, it's going to be at 450 degrees for 15 minutes. After that, we turn the temperature down to 350, and it cooks for another 50 minutes or so. And you can tell it's done if you take a knife and you stick it in a couple of inches into the pie from the edge, and the knife comes out clean. Don't go for the middle, because if you go for the middle and you cook it until the knife comes out clean, most of the pie is going to be overcooked. I have in my lifetime eaten a whole lot of pie. Pumpkin pie is probably my favorite. So this morning, let's take a slice of this and bite into it. Now you may remember, it has a Biscoff cookie crust, and I have never in my life made one of those before, so this is going to be a test. I like the cookies a lot, so let's see if I like the Biscoff cookie crust with a pumpkin pie. This is going to be difficult to get off from around the edges, I think, but once we do, it should be just fine. Here we go. Well, we lost a little bit right here, so we'll get that out. Here's what our pie looks like on the inside. And we'll move that out of the way and give this a first taste. The filling is exactly 100% what I expected it to be. That recipe makes the same pie every time, and it is delicious. This bite is mostly crust. Let's try this one. It is very, very good. I'll be back right after I finish this piece of pie. Okay, piece of pie's gone. It's really, really good. The crust is just what I expected it to be, mostly. I did expect a little spicier taste from it. If I were to try it again, and this is a really good chance of that, I will use 2 tablespoons of the Fireball, and I would reduce the time that the crust cooks in the first place to probably 7 minutes. But it definitely was worth the effort to make it, and I'm fighting the urge to have a second piece. However, I don't want my wife to see that I ate a quarter of a pie before normal breakfast time. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment. I won't ask you to subscribe because if you like the video, you'll probably do that on your own. And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. See you next video.